So, hello everybody, and welcome to this quiet video. If you're wondering why I'm talking so quietly right now, it's because there are other people in here sleeping, and I wanted to put this black light bulb to use. What did I want to discuss? It's something that I didn't prepare a script for, so this is more of a off the top of my head video, and it's something that I wanted to mention in the other video, in like the gender war video, but I forgot to mention it there when I was writing the script. So it's about the male loneliness crisis. I was just watching Gerber Johnson, and it hit me that that was something I should have mentioned in that gender war video. Male loneliness epidemic. It's very fucking real. There are many men suffering from loneliness issues, but the main problem with the male loneliness epidemic that people call it is that it's very real, of course. But I've been recently scrolling on Instagram way more than I usually do, and I saw one of my feminist friends. I saw her share something in terms of that male loneliness epidemic doesn't exist, and the thing is, I believe that it does, but I also believe that male loneliness epidemic has a very simple solution that most men don't want to do. Male loneliness epidemic exists because I keep seeing not like one or two people, but it's like hundreds of different accounts in just in Instagram comments. It's such a giant amount of people, of men that are lonely. I keep seeing it everywhere. And the funny thing is that this has a really simple solution. Just have a community. And that's the thing that these men don't want to do. Because the male loneliness epidemic has a really simple solution, and it's that you create the communities you miss. Because I think it was that these third and fourth places are disappearing, where it's like the types of places like at home, school, what else, workplace, and a place to hang out. Like basically 4 types of places. And the thing is that we pretty much, or most men that complain about not having any friends, don't want to engage with no one in real life because they've structured their entire life around being on the computer, and they are terminally online. But the biggest contributor to male loneliness is basically just being on the fucking internet. Like, it's as simple as that. People in general, not just men, people don't have a place to hang out at. And one organization provides a pretty good solution to this loneliness crisis, but it's something these people that don't believe that the male loneliness crisis is real, they absolutely hate these places, and it's called the church. Like, there are people who, feminists and leftists, who have such a deep-rooted hatred for Christianity that whenever somebody suggests that, hey, you should go to church, you should pray, when somebody suggests that as a solution to help men, and when Christianity helps men be better and have better lives, then they basically just shit themselves, because it's like, you have to be happy according to according to how we tell you that you should be happy, not how you want to be happy. And to me, it's really fucking funny. Like, we men are returning to Christ. We have found God. We found Lord. And these leftists that hate church, they don't understand our reasoning, and it's this basically what caused the male loneliness. This chair is fucking creaky. Basically what caused the male loneliness crisis is the new atheism, as David Wood and apostate prophet called it. And I believe, as a Christian, because I am a Christian, I'm a Roman Catholic to be exact, but I believe that new atheism is really what destroyed society, because you can say that the church was chauvinistic, and it used to be. No, the church is not perfect. But what today's men really lack, and why they feel so lonely, is just the simple fact that men lack God in their lives. And this is not like some testimony from me or some shit like that. But in my opinion, people really lack God in their lives, and ever since the entire society basically became atheistic, to call it, ever since then, depression rates have been going through the roof. And somebody would say, well, it's because we talk about these issues more. Well, isn't that also a contributing factor that you see everyone talk about in the media or on the internet? You see everyone talk about depression and how shitty things are, and everyone is so fucking hopeless on the internet, and you become hopeless as well, because why the fuck not, everyone else is. So maybe all this shit about talking about mental health wasn't so good for us, for society in general, not just for men. But in my opinion, this should have never happened, and I don't mean to stigmatize mental health or talking about mental health, but what I really dislike is when people go on the internet and cry about how shitty their lives are. Like, yeah, you can ventilate but sometimes you need to vent, and for that I recommend venting to your psychologist. If you don't have a psychologist, because I know that situation is shitty in America, for example, then vent to your friends. If you don't have friends, create friend groups where you can vent, create society basically. And maybe if you're a Christian who hasn't been to church in some time, I suggest that it's probably time to go back and to be a part of a church again. And I can already tell that some people won't like this solution, but I mean, what other solution do we have at this point? And another thing that just came up to my mind is that you could argue that this lack of social groups, or that this lack of human connection that we have, and why this whole male loneliness crisis even exists, is because of technology, and because of the fact that we didn't have the proper time to adapt to technology. And some people like to say that, especially on the left, like to say that all this shit happened, like with the all this shit with the social polarization and the fact that nobody has any friends and everyone is so extremely online is because of manipulation by the big shots at social media companies that wanted us to get glued to our screens and to make ad revenue, and certainly I think that's also a big contributing factor. But I also believe that this wouldn't have happened if we didn't give up on God and if we just downright just go to a church. That's what I want to say. I believe that society wouldn't be as fucked if we didn't lose our Christian values, because to a certain extent we still have Christian values, but the problem is that nowadays they are, or at least parts of them, are being masked as general societal values. So that was the other angle on why the male loneliness crisis exists. If you are struggling with loneliness, and if you are struggling with having no friends, no community, and if you're struggling with your mental health, then go and create these communities, go and create friendships in real life by yourself and try to find people around you. Stop fucking complaining, because it is possible. It is absolutely possible. You're just a bitch. You're just a bitch if you don't want to at least try that shit. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's everything I wanted to say, and yeah, that's it. Bye.